Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Paladins Console League offline matches. We're in week 7 now. And our first matchup of the only two we have is Aerial Arise, forfeited for the second straight week, giving Stush Gaming their first win here in Phase 2 of the Paladins Console League. As well as Absolute Rain having to forfeit due to substitution problems, giving Cyclone another win in the Console League as well. That was Xbox European, and Aerial Rise forfeiting in the PS4 European. But here we have Xbox North America. Hype Unit, formerly Elevate, versus Eternity Esports, formerly Wasted Potential. Rampant Blooming Grover for Shoo, Tinkering Barrack, Leviathan Makoa, Blastflower Willow, Stormer Bullets Khan, Opportunity and Chaos Vivian, Mother's Grace and Nara, Wormjets Drogos, Band Made with Luminary Genos, and Burst Mode Victor for Mahzeeee. Mahzeeee, Player of the Week in Week 6, as they were able to finally get their first win of the Console League, which they did so in 5-game fashion. Nice play from Mahzeeee. Nice hook from Trensiq as he is able to get that kill, as Hype Unit looked to wipe out Eternity very early on here. A minute and a half. 6% for Eternity, but meanwhile 81 and climbing as Hype Unit looked to take the first capture of Game 1 here on Brightmarsh. Map bans also came before this. Sorry about that. Hype Unit banned out Shattered Desert and Timbermill, as Eternity was able to ban out Jaguar Falls and Frog Isle. Hype Unit being first pick, elected to take Brightmarsh. Hook hits the shield, doesn't go through. Nice composition here from Hype Unit with that double off tank. Lots of aggression coming from them. And they have the Barrack to sustain on point. Triple tank becoming a thing once again, especially from a team like Hype Unit. Been able to utilize that on the world's biggest Paladins console stage, being the World Championship, as they were able to defeat both Flashpoint and Vex with the triple tank composition at HRX last year. Trying to make their way to the championship once again. Trensiq and Boom being the new additions to the team. Wxnderful as well. Dragon Punch comes through, doesn't connect. Mahzeeee just sitting on top near spawn door here, trying to dump damage into the enemy Barrack. Don't think that's your highest priority. Now that Willow's in the sky, you're going to have to look up. Seedlings come out onto you. He can't seem to find the angle on Willow, but Willow's hitting the shots onto Mahzeeee. And that will be a successful push from the side of Hype Unit. Mahzeeee not being able to prioritize the correct targets here. A little bit different form that we've seen from him today so far through one round, as we saw from him in week 6, where he was able to put up big numbers. Let's go ahead and take a look here at the damage. He is on top of the damage charts by about 7k. Khan in second place over the Drogos and the Vivian. And this is one of those typical questions you have. Does triple DPS beat triple tank, or is it the other way around? And right now triple tank look to be sustaining themselves at a higher rate, as well as putting out some good DPS with the Khan. Although the triple DPS does have the best healer in the situation, or what most people think is the best in that situation, being the Genos with that Luminary. This is actually something I was thinking about myself yesterday. Who's the better support, whether you're running triple DPS or trying to play that aggressive playstyle? Is it the Genos with the 15% damage boost because of Luminary, or could it be because of Furia with her damage boost that she provides through her ultimate? That's one of the questions I was thinking to myself yesterday for a good time. Just sat in my office and started pondering upon it. And ultimately I came to a conclusion. If you want constant DPS, I think Genos is the better option, giving you that Luminary buff, providing the heals with it as well over time. And it's always available, compared to Furia, which is a damage amp and an aggressive ultimate for the team to utilize on a more team composition matter, because you'd have to be ready as soon as that Furia hits her ult. That's basically stomping on the gas pedal and putting yourself in a situation to just say, go. Go now. Barrage does come through. Does hit onto Willow, but she's able to get out in time. Khan was there just in case she needed the heal or the shield. Remember, if you play it correctly as Khan, you can shield against the barrage. Another hook goes through, doesn't connect. Emitpain playing the Khan. He was ready to take that one, but it's going to go towards Makoa. Jogos looks like he's probably going to fall here. Maybe get some shots onto Shoo. Unable to. Now Inara in the soul tank left alone. Trying to sustain herself. Playing window here in the cabin. Nicely. Connector, excuse me. Just trying to line of sight some of that damage. Just playing Mother's Grace, so can use the CC immunity if need be against the Makoa. As well as the Grover and Khan. Trensiq now playing the window as well, but he's got people in there with him. Nice through time and space. Finds Shoo off of that. Juicxyy does fall though. Juicxyy being that flex 2 with Seifxr now moving into the lineup as the main tank. Didn't do so hot in the first week that they played, which was previously last week. Nice ultimate comes through. That doesn't connect though. But that ult will be wasted. Meanwhile, Mahzeeee still trying to get some DPS out from the top. Bandmate is up there as well. Bandmate, one of those... cut me off right there. Hype Unit able to get that one in for the 4-0 victory. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Game 2 here on Stone Keep, being Eternity Esports' map choice, as they were able to lose Game 1 to Hype Unit 4-0. This time a little bit different composition coming the way of Eternity. This time they have the Ashe and the Makoa for their two front lines. A little bit of hybridness to the both of them, especially the Ashe can play the off lane as well as be the point tank here, and that's pretty much what they're going to have to do with that Makoa not being able to play the point as effectively as he has in the past. Lifelink IO for Bandmate, Burst Mode Victor for Mahzeeee, Fortress Breaker Ashe for Seifxr, Royal Subjects Bomb King for Gpan, Leviathan Makoa for Juicxyy, Luminary Genos for Shoo, Exodia the Tinkering Barrack, Eminence Leon for Wxnderful, Wormhole Eevee for Emitpain, and Storm of Bullets Khan for Trensiq. And early on, we have some fight going down here in the castle. Khan now getting booped back, trying to create some space. Eevee now diving in the back line, but Juicxyy falls to the hands of Trensiq. He was able to get that kill. Now having the shield since he is falling low. Eevee as well, but she's going to get out with the better escape. Khan still trying to play this ramp stairs area, and he's going to jump down over the shield and help clean up Seifxr. Bandmate was able to find the pick onto Pain, however. Playing the Eevee here. Pain, one of those champ players, or one of those players, excuse me, that can pretty much just play anything in the game at the highest level. He can play the hit scan DPS champs. We've seen him do that this season. We've seen him play projectiles like Cassie already in Phase 1. Now we're seeing him play this Eevee here. Some success early on. So he has fallen once. And going all the way back to 2018 in the PCL, as well as the HRX playoffs, we saw him playing tanks as that off tank. He was even playing some hybrid main frontline at some point in time as well. He's shown he can do it all. Leads the league in fewest deaths as well from 10+ games played. Although Shoo does lead the league in KDA, unlike Pain, who led it last season. This time he's taken 1 or 2 deaths a set, having to give himself up a few times. Huge zone coming out from the side of Hype Unit. as they're able to capture the objective here. Eevee still poking around. Now diving into the back line. I want to say he's taking it easy on the Eevee here. Doesn't look like he's trying to do anything fancy or get a ton of flicks himself. Ult comes through from Io, doesn't connect. Trensiq was able to step out of the way. He did find a kill earlier on with that overpowered. Now at 41% climbing. Nice shoulder bash. Get some DR onto him. But he shortly falls as Trensiq able to snipe another one. Barrage coming through now. Will this one find anything? No, it doesn't. Playing the burst mode. Mahzeeee not able to get that nade to go where he wants it to. Trying to find Leon now, and he will. That's wonderful playing the Leon as the Barrack is being played by Wxnderful this game. They haven't clinched their playoff spot just yet, but they're pretty confident that they will. They haven't dropped a single map here. I think they've only given up about 1 or 2, maybe 3 points if we stretch it overall. Just playing dominant Paladins once again. Mahzeeee finds the kill onto Pain. Looking for the Genos now. Can he find it? No. Shoo's able to duck out of that. And he gets lasered by the Leon. Wonderful. Wonderful had a short stint on DPS, dating from the Spring Land 2018 all the way through HRX of last season. Not the highest of success on it. He was able to win Summerland playing it, but the other 2 lands he attended while playing the DPS role weren't as successful.
30 seconds.
Followed Console Pro News or Console Corner. You've heard me say time after time, he's a great DPS player, just much better when he's playing tank. I think the team benefits from him doing so
15 seconds
at a higher rate. Trying to push this one in and finish it. 10 seconds left on the clock. They will try and contest for overtime. A kill comes through from Pain. Another one from Wxnderful. That's both front lines down for eternity now. Wxnderful set up shop. Io finally falls, as that's Bandmade. And the push will go through. Wxnderful falls late after the push was converted. 2-0 here now on Stonekeep in Game 2 for Hype Unit. And I was actually talking about Bandmade before, towards the end of Game 1, before Hype Unit interrupted me by winning it. But Bandmade, a young player, rookie, pretty new to the PCL scene overall. I think he's tried to dabble in the competitive scene before that a little bit, but not really finding any success. Not playing on any teams that were noteworthy at the times, most likely, but here he is grinding it out. Almost had some roster problems. He was able to find himself some players who want to grind, play the game, get better, things of that nature. He continues on the current path that he is. He could, in my eyes, become a top 10 support player. He's doing what is necessary, playing the champions that are good on console for the support role, playing some that are a little shaky as well. Trying new things is always something that people look to do at times, especially when you're a team like Eternity, young, hungry for some wins. You have tough teams in your division like Hype Unit that are so dominant. You assume you aren't going to be able to take them down. So practicing and trying new things could always be something. 85% on the objective for Eternity Esports, 0 for Hype, but 93 now for Eternity. Point control is in favor of Hype Unit as they start to climb in their percentage with 30% now and still rising, and they look to zone out. Dome Shield is available, and he is going to expend it right now. Has Bomb King and Makoa in his face. Half Shell goes up. Grumpy comes out, is able to stun Wxnderful, but he gets right back up. Has a through time and space go through the doorway. Shoo finds Juicxyy onto that. Gpan was able to take down Trensiq, but Pain cleans up Seifxr, and that's both front lines down for the side of Eternity again. Wxnderful is on well, and I don't think anyone from Eternity knows. I know Mahzeeee doesn't know, as he falls. After Barrage came out, he found one onto Wxnderful with it. Now Trensiq just cleaning up on Luna here. Get this dog out of here, he says. Fox, dog, whatever you want to call it. Nice overpower from Long. Downtown onto Seifxr. With the help of both Exodia and Wxnderful, they burst him down pretty quickly. Now this payload push is underway. I was saying though, you know, you're 1 and 5 at this point. No, you probably aren't going to make the playoffs. Most likely, that seems to be the case for Eternity. Trying new things, new strats, weird maps, weird comps, new comps. Practicing in general, trying to improve for the 2020 season seems to be the best case scenario for this team, and Bandmate is leading the charge for his team. He has a veteran player in Gpan as well. Could potentially become something bigger than what he has been in the past. Has played IO a few times. But not enough here. Hype Unit take another 4-0 victory on Stone Keep. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Blue. Back on the cast for Hype Unit versus Eternity Esports. Game 3 with Hype Unit leading 2-0. Not dropping a single point either. As Eternity Esports has elected to take Hype to Ice Mines and take second pick as well. This time around a little bit different going on here. We got Goddess's Blessing IO for Wxnderful. Treacherous Ground Inara for Shoo. Scuttle Dredge for Emitpain. Ferocity Grover for Trensiq. Pluck Makoa for Exodia. Luminary Genos for Bandmate. Combustible Drogos for Gpan. Mahzeeee on the Hunting Party Tyra. Tinkering Barrack for Seifxr. And Stormer Bullets Khan for Juicxyy.
No mercy.
Some people may say that Hype Unit is just trolling here, but we saw them playing the standard stuff in 2018, make the land, and then pull out some strange strats. And they could be trying some new stuff here. Who knows? They're fairly confident they're going to win this matchup. They are up 2-0, so even dropping this map wouldn't be a big deal unless they want to go perfect throughout the season, which they have done so far. Nice pluck onto the con there. He grabs Wrecker as well. That could be a dominant combo for him. Seifxr now on the Barrack this time around. Different tank every game. Played the Inara in game 1, played Ashe in game 2, and now playing Barrack here. Having to play main Frontline on a team against Hype Unit is a very difficult task. Big zone coming out from Hype. They are able to capture the first point as well. See Hype start to get this payload on the move. Already no kills for the side of Eternity, meaning no deaths for the side of Hype Unit. Unless of course they suicided, but no need to do that here. Dragon Punch will come out. Is able to find one on the Shoo. That would be Inara this time around. Don't be fooled, he's not playing support this game. Shoo actually having to play support in week 4 of phase 1. Trensiq is on vacation, I believe. So they were missing a front line. Shoo filled in those shoes, swapping from support due to their sub being Ludex, only being able to play Broccoli Rob, as he would call it, the Grover. They were able to win that set as well, 3-0. Playing Barrack the entire time, I believe. Eternity Esports getting wiped once again. Barrack a little far out here. He is going to have to back up before he gets plucked, and he will. Into the cripple Inara. Nice combination from those two front lines to burst down the Makoa, the Barrack as quickly as possible. Take a look at this build here for the pluck. We have Ebb and Flow 3, Rampage 3, Termination 4, Salvage 1, Surf 4. Somebody in the YouTube comments wanted me to put out all of the... Go ahead and give them that one there for a few seconds so everyone can see everyone's loadout for a brief moment. Skill's coming through. IO with the ultimate. Doesn't find anyone. Funny that IO ults and I didn't say her name, the name of that ultimate. It's actually called Be Gone. That one made me laugh. Looks like Drogoz is going to die to the Ancient Rage here. So will Tyra. Oh no! The firebomb able to keep him sustained. Or excuse me, able to burst down the Makoa fast enough as he was putting out the damage on him with the burst rifle as well.
3, 2, 1.
1 second remaining. Overtime starting to tick away. Ice Mine's one of those maps where we usually see the 4-3 or the 4-0. Which one is this going to be? Against a team like Hype Unit, you expect it to be a 4-0. Hey, you never know. It's Ice Mines. Anything could happen. Lower tier teams like to play this map as they're able to defend successful against Hype. We got a tie game so far here. 1-1 now. Been a long time since we've seen Hype. Or even when they were Elevate being a tie game. I think we'd have to go all the way back to Phase 1 when they were probably tied with Cats on Mars. Maybe at a 1-1. Maybe a 2-2 even. Who knows? But hey.
Capture point spawning in 15 seconds.
Take a look here. Shoo with 3 deaths now. Wonderful with 1. Pain with 1. Zodia with 2. Shortly
5,
after, we looked
4,
at them having 0 deaths.
2, 1.
Eternity turns the tide. Gets a few kills under their belt. 2 for Mahzeeee. 2 for Bandmate on the Genos. Gpan's gathered 3 himself as well. Most damage being dealt both Tyra and Drogoz. High damage champs, let alone having the Tyra mark on their side. Crossfire comes out. Was crippled by the Inara. Overpowered, doesn't connect. Take a look at the healing charts. You do have split heals coming out from Io and Grover since they're on the same team, so it would only make sense if Jenna was in first place. So most damage is coming out from the side of Eternity. Hype Unit able to capture the objective once more. Trensiq on the broccoli, man. This is something you don't see every day here, ladies and gentlemen. A little bit of roll swaps coming from the Hype Unit. Having some fun with it. Maybe testing out some new things. You know what else this could teach? This could be a teachable moment here. If Trensiq is the main front line, and he's playing the support, he gets a little bit of some knowledge of how to play support and how to look at where those front lines are when they're playing. So when he is playing his normal frontline role, he knows, okay, if I'm here, I know my support is there. If I do this, I know my support needs to do this or needs to not do this in this situation. So it's always a learning moment when role swaps happen, such as these. Same with Wxnderful. Playing the healer. He plays front lines. He plays damages as well. So these are all teachable and learning moments for Hype Unit. You can say they're trolling. You can say they're ultimate flex players. They know how to play everything already, but you can still learn something new every day. Whether it's a new map, positioning, different role cycles, your cooldowns and your abilities, team pushes, when to do what, when you're playing certain champs. Everything is a teachable moment, and that's something that the Hype Unit could take away right now, even though they are some of the premier players on console all time. That doesn't mean there's nothing for them to learn or to improve on. It's something a lot of people seem to misunderstand as well. Not just the top players misunderstanding that, and bottom tier players as well. Nice lift on the IO, although she's able to escape. Tyra having to back up now, falling low. Hype Unit trying to get this push through time and space. Finds one. Shoo did find a kill on the Seifxr. Ancient Rage comes out. He finds Mahzeeee off of that, and Hype Unit with a successful push. Bandmate and Gpan unable to reach the objective. Gpan falls to the hands of Trensiq. Damage still in favor of Tyra and Drogos. Dredge now sneaking his way up there, and Trensiq with the Ferocity Grover putting out some good numbers. Ice Mine's not the longest ranged map for the Ferocity to take effect, but could be something. Once the payload starts going, you have those long always.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Take a moment here to look at the Ferocity Grover loadout from a Frontline player. Perennial 4, reduced the cooldown of Blossom by 2 seconds, so still some healing put into it. Unstoppable 4, so he gains 24% damage reduction for 4 seconds after using Blossom. Got pretty much damage reduction every time you hit that heal, and the heal with the... Does have Chronos 2 as well, so he's getting that DR a lot. There's a cripple throw. Increased his maximum health by 75 with Barkskin 1. Has Verdant Expanse 5 for the increased Blossom radius. And the increased range of Vine Whip by 10%. Interesting, none the least. But 4-1 victory gives Hype Unit the 3-0 set win here against Eternity Esports.